Hello and welcome back to my channel. How is everyone doing today? It is cloudy and slow. Excuse me, I'm still fighting a cold after 4 weeks now. Lots of antibiotics, rest, fluids. This cold is a cold that is hanging on. Well, today I wanted to talk about transparency in leadership. Transparency is very valuable in your career. You want to make sure that you are transparent about as much as possible. You don't ever want to lead someone into believing that you are not trustworthy and not loyal to your organization. Do you like my new lipstick, by the way? I love this color. It is the young lady that I follow on YouTube. Erin on Demand. This is her favorite color, or one of the colors that she wears, I should say. I don't want to misspeak. This is one of the colors that she wears. It is called Boss Lady by the Lip Bar, and it's found at Target. It is $12.99, I believe. Very popular, hard to find. They have tons of other colors. This color just seems to go quickly. So if you like it, go find it. Hurry to get there, because when I went, someone had stashed the last one in between some other colors. But anyway, let's go back. So we're talking about transparency. Transparency is something that I find valuable as a leader. You want to make sure that your team, your staff, your bosses, your employees know that you are a person that they could trust. And if something needs to be taken care of, you're going to do it. They don't ever have to believe the office gossip. They don't ever have to doubt your work ethics. Transparency is really important. One of the examples that I can give you for transparency when you're a new leader is making sure that especially you junior leaders that are in high school and college, or just getting into leadership. One of the things that I like about when I used to work for someone with the transparency is that I knew what to expect. I knew that I could depend on my leader. I knew that they said what they meant what they said. They didn't waver from it. They weren't influenced by others with equal or lesser positions. The transparency that I would receive is that they were dependable. And everybody defines transparency differently based on their knowledge of transparency. But for me, transparency is being transparent. I know how you are. I know how you manage, how you lead. Again, I know what to expect. Someone couldn't just come out of the blue and say, well, Joe Smith said to do X, Y, Z. And you're sitting there like, that doesn't sound like something he would say. Oh, no, he said to do it. Or of any of the sorts. You just want to make sure that you're transparent, because that's how you build trust. That's how you build teams, and it goes your whole career if people know that you're transparent and you have nothing to hide. Because the last thing you want people to think is that you have a hidden agenda. So for junior leadership, say at the high school level, one of the things that I find is people want to get into office, the political offices. Student body president, student body officers, And everyone has an agenda. Well, I want to get in and I want to control things. That's not being transparent. That is having an agenda. And then as you move up the ladder from the academia world into the real world, transparency, you still have to be very fluid with transparency. So say you have a staff or you're a new leader. Excuse me. As a new leader, you want to make sure that your employees know what your expectations are. And 1 minute your expectation is over here, and the next minute your expectation is in the right field. You want to make sure that they're clear. And I see that at all levels. I see that in athletics. I see that in government. I see that in the corporate sector. I see that with junior leaders. One of the things that you need to do is make sure people know your expectation. The worst thing you could do is tell your team, oh yeah, we're going to sit down and have a conversation about my expectations. And you, never have that conversation. So that tells them that you're not a person of your word. And then throughout the course of your tenure, you've got people all over the park wondering, did he wake up in a good mood today? Did she have coffee? Did she have breakfast? We're on a roller coaster today because, said leader is not in a good mood. Said leader never said what the expectations were. And basically, when you're not transparent, people tend to go against you, or they try to follow your lead just to be the best that they can and make sure that they fit in the environment that you've created. And oftentimes what that leads to is a struggle. Someone's failing, and it's usually your staff or your team feeling like they failed, because no matter what they do, nothing is right, nothing is good enough. And when you make comments as a dissatisfied leader, now they think that these comments are jabs towards them. So just make sure that you're transparent. If there's a topic that you'd like to talk about, you'd like to hear about, leave a comment down below. If you like what you heard today, thumbs up. And I do offer one-on-one consultations and coaching. So hit me up. And thank you for hanging with Real Talk with Miss Please. I'll talk to you soon.